The Laws of the Universe and Life, Part 2. We have come to planet Earth to develop three inner virtues: happiness, inner peace, and love or service to others. This development brings with it excellent results in all four fields of relationships, resources, health, and adaptation to the environment. The idea is to use these virtues to interact with what is around us. To learn to be happy, to be peaceful, and to love is the true purpose that has brought human beings to the physical world of matter. Happiness, peace, and love are principles of the divine essence. They have no polarity, they are immutable. Learning to be happy. To learn to be happy, we have only to face up to all that we believe takes our happiness away. To be happy, we do not need anything outside of us, just understanding and a certain attitude of mind. Non-acceptance is the only cause of suffering. We must stop arguing with reality. It is essential to stop working on others and work only and exclusively on ourselves, changing what is inside us that is annoying, the ego, so that it stops doing it. If there is suffering, then just one question needs to be asked. What is it that I am not accepting? That is where the answer is to be found. Everyone, without exception, has what they need to be happy. However, very few people know how to be happy with what they have. Learning to be peaceful. Nothing and no one brings peace. Inner peace is a result of one's own spiritual development, not a gift. Handling peace requires several elements: clear and accurate information to understand that life is a process of love and that evil does not exist. The skill to manage one's own vital energy and training. If peace is lost, we must ask ourselves, what am I resisting? What do I want to change? Who am I blaming? Learning to love one's neighbor as oneself. All this requires is to be involved or share time with people whose behavior is very different to our own. To learn to love and respect them just as they are. Love cannot be offended because it is invulnerable, immutable, universal, and neutral. Love signifies total understanding of the universe. It is a way of being and does not need an object on which to project itself. Love is not a force, it is a tool. Love is not a feeling. Love is always given the best of oneself. If there is a lack of motivation, the best thing is to wonder why I am allowing the specific situation to limit my capacity for service, which in reality should not depend on external events. By developing the three inner virtues, excellent outer results are obtained in all four spheres: in relationships, in resources, in health, in adapting to the environment. In the life experience of any human being, 5 elements are present: purpose, destiny, mission, function, and intention. Number 1. Purpose. There is a purpose of love that brought us to the world of matter. It is the perfect objective of learning two things. A. To be happy with oneself, i.e., not to depend on anything or anyone in order to enjoy inner peace and happiness. B. To love one's neighbor as oneself, i.e., to respect the rights of all beings in the universe. And how do we learn this? We can see the perfection of the Absolute's educational design. To perform the exercise of learning to be happy within ourselves, we need to live in a place with certain people and circumstances where everything that happens around us is more or less aggressive. In this way, we will realize that our problem does not lie in what is happening around us, but in how we relate to it, and the rejection and resistance that we set in motion. As for the second part, loving one's neighbor as oneself, this means respecting them just as they are, not seeking to change them, not putting up resistance to others. We need to live in a place where the people around us think differently, having varying customs, and create different things. That way, we will learn to love them as they are, without judging them or condemning them. This is how the purpose of love is fulfilled. It is the real reason why we human beings are here on planet Earth. More than 2,000 years ago, the Master Jesus taught us this when he said, "Love your enemies. They are not our enemies, they are people who think differently." Being happy means experiencing zero suffering about what happens, and loving means offering zero resistance to others. Wisdom is the same as love, not feeling. Those who have love care deeply about others, but they do not suffer. However, those who possess goodness but not wisdom care deeply about others, but they suffer enormously. Those who do not care, the indolent, the indifferent, possess neither wisdom nor goodness. Number 2. Destiny. This is what we come to learn from the world of matter. How to manage the 7 tools of love to attain invulnerable peace. It is a great opportunity to learn what we are missing. All of us bring to the world a destiny that is inevitable and highly valuable. Our culture teaches us to try and avoid destiny, instead of showing us how to harness it. The key to harnessing destiny is, you have the capacity to enjoy whatever you do, because that capacity is within you. However, if someone says to their child, "You must always do what you like," this will generate a huge block in them. Destiny is an educational design whose purpose is to enable human beings to verify and discover information that governs the universe in its perfect order. It is therefore the best opportunity for transcending all human limitations. Instead of complaining about the difficulties we face in life, we must take advantage of them as a great opportunity for transcending them. Then they will disappear for good. If we do not learn from difficulties, far from disappearing, they will become more complicated, they will persist, and they will become permanent. Number 3. Mission. This is what we can teach in the world of matter. We should enjoy our mission intensely, whether or not it is part of our function. Our mission enables us to recuperate a large amount of the vital energy invested in the exercise of learning to be happy. Our mission is what we already understand, what we already know. It can therefore be used to serve others while bringing enormous enjoyment. Both our mission and our destiny are represented in our personality, the latter through our belief system, and the former through understanding. As we progressively transmute our ignorance into understanding and wisdom, we will increasingly have a bigger mission and therefore more satisfaction. Number 4. Function. This is what each individual does to support themselves. It consists in putting all possible enthusiasm, joy, and love into what one does, even if it is not part of one's mission. We know that all living beings have a function within the order of the universe. It takes wisdom to accept it with joy, enthusiasm, and total capacity for action and service. One's function does not consist in earning one's living. Living is not earned because it is a divine gift. What one earns is what supports this biological entity, this body. Thus, our support is guaranteed as a result of our function. Those who are happy and enjoy what they do will always have an abundance of resources at their disposal. Number 5. Intention. This is what we want for ourselves or for others. Intention must be directed in a way that does not interfere with the destinies of others, nor seek to avoid our own destiny. Intention is the most complex element for human beings today, because feelings, the idea of kindness, and other ideas that our culture has erroneously conveyed to us, lead us continually to try and interfere in the destinies of others. If we are to accept that destiny is something extraordinary and not bad, that it is the best opportunity we have to fulfill what we came to the world to do, we would stop trying to change the destiny of others. When a son or daughter wants to fly the nest and their parents object to it, how should we act so as not to interfere? We always want things to go our own way. In this case, the parents consider that it is not the right moment for their son or daughter because they do not have a steady job, for example, and they do not want them to leave home. The I wants are the cause of suffering, and I want is also unconscious selfishness, because we want others to be happy, doing what we want them to do. What would be the wise and loving thing to do in this case? To say to the son or daughter, what matters most to us is for you to be happy and find your way. So we respect your decision. We want you to know that if you want to come back, the door will always be open. In short, wisdom means being clear about our purpose, taking advantage of our destiny, enjoying our mission, accepting the function, and holding the intention of not interfering in the destiny of others. All this must be practiced in thought, word, and deed.